This is the story of a downward spiral played out in two acts. It begins with a 20-year-old woman, Lisa Telsey, standing before a judge, pregnant and charged with a crime that could send her to prison for 2 decades, assaulting a police officer. The reason for the fight? A measly $50. But this initial hearing is just the prologue. The judge is about to deliver one of the most blistering lectures on personal responsibility you will ever hear, a verbal takedown that dismantles the defendant's entire life, from her finances to her future as a mother.
Court is calling 2023 CR 6472, State of Texas versus Lisa Telsey. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the State Guard.
Defense.
Ed Garza for Ms. Telsey.
Are you Ms. Telsey?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Telsey, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand you're charged with the offense of assault of a peace officer or judge bodily injury? That is a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, state recommends deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes.
State. Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 8 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 200 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No comment.
The legal formalities are over, and now we get to the heart of the matter. The judge has read the police report and is cutting straight through the legal jargon to the cold, hard facts of the case. This wasn't a simple misunderstanding. This was a brawl over a $50 debt that spiraled out of control. The judge's tone shifts dramatically here. She's no longer just a neutral arbiter of the law. She's stepping into the role of a stern life coach, and she is not holding back. She's setting the stage for a brutal reality check, pointing out the absolute foolishness of a pregnant woman inserting herself into a physical altercation, let alone escalating it by punching a police officer. The defendant, Lisa, is about to face a courtroom lecture that has nothing to do with statutes and everything to do with her choices.
State, any evidence to support the plea?
Your Honor, I offer State's Exhibit 1 in the attachments.
Any objection? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. After reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Your Honor, for please the court.
All right. So all of this was over somebody owing somebody $50,
Sort of, Your Honor, yes.
and then you're getting involved.
Correct, Your Honor. My client accepts responsibility for making a very bad judgment that day and
Yes,
making a bad decision.
because here's the thing that people don't understand. One, do people think people should be hitting on females? No. But as a female, you can't hit somebody and then think they're not going to hit you back. And I read the police report. So the officer is attempting to stop a fight. And then everybody else wants to get involved. You want to get involved because you're like his brother. You're saying that that's my brother who's in the fight, right? And then you're going to punch the officer, and then the officer is getting you under control. And according to this, you're still punching and kicking on him. And then somebody's like, no, don't do it. She's pregnant. Well, guess what? When people are pregnant, they should not be getting involved in altercations.
This is a pivotal moment. The judge just dropped a truth bomb that completely reframes the defendant's situation. Lisa claims her boyfriend supports her, but the judge immediately dismantles that fantasy with laser precision. She points out that Lisa's apartment is paid for by housing assistance. This means her real supporters aren't her boyfriend, but the taxpayers, the very people in the courtroom, including the judge and her own attorney. This isn't just about financial dependency. The judge is exposing a potential crime. She lays out exactly how government fraud investigations work, explaining that the government quietly builds a felony-level case before ever making a move. It's a stark, terrifying warning shot meant to make Lisa understand that her current lifestyle is not just irresponsible, but potentially illegal and could lead to even more charges down the line.
You understand?
Yes.
So how far along are you in your pregnancy?
8 months.
Do you have any other children? Are you employed? So how old are you?
20.
How are you supporting yourself?
Um,
Like, how do you make money to eat?
I have a boyfriend that supports me.
Are you living with him?
He lives with me. I have my own apartment.
Well, how are you paying for your apartment?
It's already paid for a year through housing.
All right, so this is what I know about housing, because I used to do CPS cases. If you're on housing, your boyfriend's not supposed to be living with you. And honestly, your boyfriend's not supporting you. You know who's supporting you?
The judge's focus now shifts to the future, and the picture she paints is bleak. She highlights the tragic irony. Lisa is about to bring a child into the world with a partner who can't even support himself, creating a cycle of dependency on government aid. The judge isn't just scolding Lisa, she's exposing the harsh reality for the child who will be born into this chaos. This baby will have a mother on felony probation for assaulting an officer and a father with no apparent means of support. The judge's frustration is palpable. She's questioning Lisa's maternal instincts, pointing out that a mother truly thinking of her unborn child would never have been fighting in an alley in the first place. This isn't just a sentencing. It's a desperate plea for Lisa to recognize the immense responsibility she's failing to grasp.
Everybody in here who has a job and pays taxes, I'm supporting you. Your attorney's supporting you. All the attorneys who are in here supporting you. Anybody in the gallery who has a job is supporting you. So your boyfriend is not supporting you. And what I'm going to tell you right now, if your boyfriend is living with you and you're on housing, guess what? If the government finds out about it, which usually they do, you're going to end up having charges because they're going to want their money back. And this is the way the government works. The government doesn't tell you they know your boyfriend is living with you. They don't tell you they know that you're getting food stamps and you shouldn't get them. You know what they do? They wait till it's a felony. And then once it's a felony, then they bring charges. You understand?
Yes, wrong.
How far did you go in school?
I got a high school diploma.
And what are you planning on doing with the rest of your life?
Getting myself together.
How?
I get a job.
And what type of job are you looking for?
Restaurant.
All right, see, here's the thing. You've decided and you made the decision.
Now the judge turns her attention to the boyfriend in the gallery, and the courtroom tension spikes. Breaking the fourth wall, she addresses him directly, telling him he needs to support his own child and stop living off the taxpayers via Lisa's housing.
To have a child with this boyfriend who can't even support himself. How old is he?
He's 22.
All right, he's 22. He can't even support himself. Y'all are both living off the government. Are you receiving food stamps? Yeah. Y'all are living off the government, and you're about to bring a child into this world. And now the child is going to have one of their parents. I don't know about his criminal history, but the child is going to have one of their parents who's already on probation for felony, and a parent who fights officers in an alley who's pregnant and not even at this point thinking about them. Because if you were thinking about your unborn child, you wouldn't have been fighting with an officer in an alley, and you wouldn't have been in an alley. You understand? And if you are not careful, Child Protective Services is going to be involved in your life. If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Negative.
And do you know if your boyfriend has any criminal history?
No.
Do you know or do you not know?
I don't know.
So why are you with him if you don't know if he has criminal history? Do you know how far he went to school? You're the boy explain something to you. She is on government housing. You shouldn't be living with her because the taxpayers don't want to pay for you to live with her. You need to get your own house. If she's carrying your child, which you say she is, you need to be financially able to support your child, which means you're not living off the government on her housing that's been paid up for a year that we, the taxpayers, have.
With a sentence of 8 years deferred adjudication delivered, the judge gives one final, bone-chilling warning. She makes it crystal clear that this is Lisa's last chance. Every single decision she makes from this moment forward must be weighed against a 20-year prison sentence. The judge's words are a masterclass in psychological deterrence. She flatly states that she won't hesitate to send Lisa to prison, regardless of a newborn baby, if she violates her probation. The message is unequivocal. Your child will be raised by someone else, and it will be your fault. This is the ultimate threat, designed to shock Lisa into compliance. The question now is, will it work? Or is this a prelude to an even greater disaster? The court stamps a document, and the scene ominously cuts.
Paid for. If people want to go out and have children, guess what? I'm not supposed to be the person supporting your child.
Just when you think the story is over, we're pulled right back in. The screen fades in on the same defendant, Lisa Telsey, back in the same courtroom, but the atmosphere has changed. This isn't a sentencing, it's a motion to revoke her probation. She failed. The state is no longer recommending a second chance. They are asking the judge to find her guilty and send her to prison for up to 20 years. All the warnings, the lectures, and the grim predictions from the first hearing now hang over these proceedings like a storm cloud. She was given a lifeline, and the state is here to argue that she severed it herself. We're about to find out what went so wrong, and the details are even more shocking than you can imagine.
Y'all supposed to support your child because I didn't agree to have a child with him. I didn't agree for you to have a child. Now, if you want the taxpayers to support your child, then what you need to do is, and I see mom holding him down, keeping him calm. You know what? If people want to play stupid games, you're going to get stupid prizes. And it's going to result in this deputy removing you from this courtroom. So if you want the government and the taxpayers to pay for you to have a child, you know what you need to do? Before y'all decide to live together and have a child, you need to come to a panel of citizens and say, I would like for you to pay for my housing. I would like for you to pay for my child. Will you agree for me to have a child? Not doing that. Y'all are just doing whatever you want to do, and somebody else is taking care of your child. And when your child is born, if that's your mom, guess what? That grandmother is going to end up taking care of the child more than you. You understand? That's yes or no.
Yes.
All right, this is what the court is going to do.
Here comes the unbelievable twist. The defense attorney is pleading for the court to continue her probation, and in doing so, reveals the core reason for the hearing's tension. Lisa is pregnant again. The judge is visibly stunned and exasperated. She immediately zeroes in on the fact that Lisa has accomplished absolutely nothing from her long list of probation conditions. She hasn't done her community service, she hasn't attended parenting classes, and she's failed to report. The judge's cutting observation says it all. The only thing she has done since she's been on probation was to become pregnant. This statement reframes the entire hearing. It's no longer just about a probation violation, it's about a pattern of reckless behavior and what the defense sees as a reason for sympathy. The judge sees as proof of irresponsibility.
Court is going to sentence you to 8 years deferred adjudication. We'll do 200 hours of community service. Vashawn, if she gets a degree, if she gets into trade school, then those hours will be waived. I'm going to order parenting classes. If she completes parenting classes, then those hours will be waived. It's going to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular UAs. I'm going to want field visits 1 time per month until further notice. And I'm going to want anger management classes. Proof of employment within 90 days. There should be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No.
We can go off the record from here on out. Everything you do in this world while you're still under this contract with the court, any decision you make, you need to ask yourself, is this something that could potentially result in me going to prison for 20 years? If the answer is yes, don't do it. If the answer is maybe, don't do it. And let me explain to you, I take no joy in sending people to prison, but if I feel they deserve to go to prison, I'm not going to be worried about the fact that you have a newborn baby, that you're breastfeeding or whatever. If it comes up that you need to go to prison, you're going to prison and somebody else will be raising your child. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're gonna have to make better decisions. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
May I be excused?
Yes. File stamp for a motion to revoke, please. Court is calling 2023 CR 6472, State of Texas versus Lisa Telsey. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
Defense,
David Andre Woodard from Ms. Telsey.
and are you Miss Telsey? All right, did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? And did you understand it? Are you the same Lisa Telsey who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2023 CR 6472 for the offense of assault?
Lisa takes the stand to defend herself, and her testimony is a cascade of excuses. She claims she couldn't report to probation because she had no money for the bus. She then throws her probation officer under that same bus, alleging they never gave her the information for her court-ordered anger management or parenting classes. Essentially, she paints herself as a victim of circumstance, helpless and unsupported. The judge's silence is deafening. You can feel her skepticism radiating from the bench. Lisa is building a narrative where nothing is her fault. But as we're about to see, the judge is preparing to poke some massive holes in this story, especially when it comes to the well-being of her first child. This testimony is a gamble, and it does not seem to be paying off.
Peace officer judge on September 25th, 2023 for a term of 8 years. Is that you?
Yes.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor, violating condition number 4 in Bear County, Texas, defendant Lisa Shante Kelsey. Within there is failed to report to the supervision officer. After
This is a devastating turn. The judge inquires about Lisa's first child, and the truth comes out. Child Protective Services is involved, but it gets worse. Lisa tries to downplay the situation, claiming CPS got involved because the baby was sleeping and missed a feeding. The judge isn't buying it for a second. She knows exactly what this means. She introduces a terrifying medical term, failure to thrive. This isn't about one missed meal. It's a serious condition that implies chronic neglect, a failure to feed, interact with, and stimulate a baby, which can cause permanent developmental harm.
months of January 2024, February 2024, and March 2024, violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true? Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4? I can't hear you.
Yes.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
No, there's not, Your Honor.
State, what are you requesting?
Revocation, Your Honor.
Defense, what are you requesting?
Judge, we're requesting that she be continued on her deferred and follow probation's recommendation, which is residential treatment with Casa Mia. Since she is pregnant, I believe she's 6 months pregnant, weekly UAs for 90 days, weekly reporting. They're also, Judge, requesting GPS with work release from the Bear County Jail for 90 days. Ms. Kelsey's been in custody now since July, so she's not employed. She's 21. This is her first.
The judge now masterfully corners Lisa with her own logic. Lisa's central excuse is that she had no money and no transportation to get to probation. Yet the judge points out the glaring contradiction. She somehow managed to find a way to make her scheduled visitations with her first child. She also managed to maintain a relationship that resulted in a second pregnancy. The judge is exposing the reality that this was never about a lack of resources. It was about a lack of priorities. Probation was at the bottom of her list, while everything else, including activities that led to her current predicament, took precedence. It's a brilliant cross-examination without asking a single question, laying bare the flimsiness of Lisa's excuses and her fundamental refusal to take responsibility for her actions.
Motion to adjudicate. It would be a year that she's been on probation with the court. I believe next week she got probation back in September of last year. I believe she got an 8-year deferred, so she still has time if the court does continue her to finish all the obligations that she was initially set out to complete.
So what has she completed?
I don't think she's been successful at all so far, Judge.
All right, so
unfortunately.
the only thing she has done since she's been on probation was to become pregnant. That's all she's done. So has she done anything else other than becoming pregnant and using the fact that she's pregnant to seek sympathy from the court?
Judge, I don't think she's seeking sympathy from the court. We're just explaining to the court that she hasn't been successful. There has been some housing issues where she was dealing with some homelessness, where I believe that she found it difficult to report to probation. Not an excuse, but it's what happened, what was going on with her.
Well, did she call?
I don't believe so, Judge.
All right. And then this is not her first child, is it?
It's not, Judge. I believe she does have a 1-year-old.
All right. So the only thing she's done on probation is become pregnant. She hasn't done anything else. So I'm trying to figure out, why should I continue her? And what I can tell you is I didn't even give her major conditions. And the reason why I didn't is because she had a young child. But I did order parenting classes. She hasn't, I'm assuming she hasn't completed parenting classes. I'm assuming, based upon her plea of truth, she didn't report. She hasn't done UAs. I'm assuming field visits were not successful.
Judge,
Yes,
if I may,
yes.
there were some field visits conducted in which each time resulted in the officers being able to visit with Miss Telsey and asking her to report. So there were some field visits at a home, at an address that she provided probation. I do believe she did complete her GED. And in that case, you said that her community service hours would be waived.
Mhm.
I would say, Judge, that she has not completed anything else.
So is there anything you want to say? You want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the court.
Lisa Tosi.
All right, you're going to need to speak up so the court reporter can hear and so I can hear.
Lisa Tosi.
All right, what do you want to say?
That I was trying to find a job and that I was trying to go to the probation, but I didn't have any money to catch the bus because I don't have a card. And I didn't have right to get to from my house that I was staying at.
All right, did you call probation?
They didn't give me a phone. They
Oh,
didn't give
so
me
you're
any
saying-
information. They didn't give me the parenting website or the address to where to go. And they didn't give me the anger management classes either.
Oh, so they didn't give you information for parenting classes, anger management classes. They basically gave you nothing. That's what you're saying? All right. Any questions?
I don't have any questions for you, Judge.
All right, where's the 1-year-old?
With her dad and his mom.
The arguments have been made, and the moment of truth has arrived. The state has requested revocation, meaning a prison sentence. The defense is begging for another chance, recommending residential treatment. Probation feels she isn't taking anything seriously.
All right, so Child Protective Services involved? I'm sorry?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so Child Protective Services is involved. How long has Child Protective Services been involved?
I want to say not that long. They just wanted to put her with her for now till I get my stuff out.
How long is not that long?
2023. Like after I had her for a couple of days, I took her to the doctor and they were like, she was not getting fed often. But I had explained to them that she was sleeping and we were gonna feed her after she woke up.
All right, so let's backtrack a little bit. You were saying 23. What do you mean 23?
2023 was the year she was born.
All right, so how long has CPS been involved in your life with that child?
Just 1 year. That
All right, so that means your rights have probably been terminated because they only give you a year to do parenting classes and whatever. So have your parental rights to that 1-year-old been terminated?
no.
So what did they do?
They have put her in a family safety camp,
Mhm.
so I can still see her do, like it was every third Saturday that I can go visit a visitation, like,
All right. And who's the father of this baby?
um,
Is it the same person?
some,
All right. Are you aware of how babies are made? Then why? Because your life is not in order right now. It's a lot of chaos going on. So my issue with you is you can't find probation. You say probation and give you parenting classes, where to take them. They didn't give you anger management classes. They gave you nothing. But you can still figure out how to have a baby, become pregnant. You can still figure out how to get to your, I'll say mother-in-law. I don't know if you're married or not, but you still find a way to go do your child visitation. I don't understand why you can't find a way to do probation.
I can't find a way, I just have to have the money to get to and from the probation office.
But you got to and from your visitation.
That's when I had money. That's when I had help with the money and the rides.
Any other questions?
No, Your Honor.
And how far along are you?
It's
In a stunning decision, the judge denies the state's motion to revoke probation. But this is no victory lap for Lisa. The judge immediately clarifies that the only reason she is not going to prison today is the elephant in the room, her pregnancy. She delivers another scathing critique, calling out all of Lisa's excuses about transportation and money as nonsense. She then revisits the failure to thrive issue with her first child, hammering home the point that Lisa's neglect could have caused permanent harm. The judge isn't granting a pardon. She's imposing a new, even stricter sentence out of a reluctant sense of duty to the unborn child. She's giving Lisa one more chance, not for her own sake, but for the baby's, while making it painfully clear how close she came to a prison cell.
Probation, what do you want it to do?
According to the court summary, as it's been stated, GPS report released through Marion County Jail for 90 days, residential treatment costs weekly UAs for 90 days, and weekly reporting.
All right, just have a seat. I need to think about this because you really should most likely be revoked, but let me think on things. All right, and for the record, the parties are Jason Gareham for the state and David Woodard for defense. Oh, no problem. All right. I reviewed the court summary without any objection from the defense. And I will tell you, one of the things that the probationer said, your officer said, is that you're not taking probation seriously. That's what they're saying. So here's my question for you. Do you want to go to prison? Then why are you behaving as though you want to go to prison? Because everything that you're doing tells me you want to go to prison.
I'm not trying to.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm not trying to behave like that.
But you are. I'm telling you, the only thing you did on probation was have, become pregnant. That's all you've done. You haven't done anything else. So why do you think you shouldn't go to prison?
I want to do better.
Let me just tell you, everybody in that box, they want to do better. No, I can't, if I were to ask people to raise their hand, people in the box, how many of y'all want to go to prison? I guarantee you, I'd say 99% of them will say no. There'll be that 1% who will just say, yeah, I just want to go to prison, do my time, be done. So nobody wants to go to prison, but you're behaving as though you want to go to prison. And with this Casa Mia, does anyone know if they'll take someone on GPS? I mean, I've heard of the program, I'm familiar with it, but I don't know if they'll take someone on GPS.
Judge, you have to get more information. I will have to focus that.
After extending her probation and adding a slew of hyper-strict conditions like GPS monitoring and intensive supervision, the judge seems ready to conclude. But then in a bizarre and almost surreal postscript, she pivots to a completely different topic, the state of Lisa's prison-issued uniform. She notes that it's dirty and points out that it seems to be a recurring issue with pregnant inmates. It's a strange, almost darkly comedic moment of humanity after such an intense and emotionally draining hearing. After dissecting a woman's entire life, her failures as a parent, and the fate of her unborn children, the judge's final official concern is about laundry. It's an odd, memorable ending to a hearing that was filled with tension, drama, and life-altering decisions.
Counsel, do you know if Casamia will take someone on GPS?
I don't, Judge. And the issue with the GPS, what probation is requesting is if she has a job, work release, she doesn't have a job. So I would assume she would stay in jail for 90 days because GPS work release would not benefit her if she's not employed.
Oh, no, she's going to be on GPS until further notice if I decide to continue her. If I don't continue her, then, GPS doesn't matter.
I don't have the answer to that question, Judge, about Casamia.
All right, let me see. I'm going to give you all the number. All right, if you all can call and find out if they'll take someone with GPS.
That's
Counsel, have you discovered with regards to GPS?
I have, Judge. I spoke with probation. They said that she can attend with GPS. The issue is the person they need to talk to is out today because she's in training. Moreover, that program is more so suited for persons who have substance abuse issues. Ms. Telsey does not suffer from any substance abuse issues, so we don't know if that's the correct program for her.
Okay, so how do we know she doesn't suffer from substance abuse issues?
From the list of the motion to revoke, I haven't seen any positive urinalysis.
And Judge, I did ask Ms. Telsey if she had any substance use, and she said no.
All right. Is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and State, I understand your reason for revocation. Probation, I understand your reasoning. And I hope that people don't take this as a sign that, oh, let me just get pregnant and then the judge won't send me to prison. But I will tell you, one of the reasons why you're not going to prison today is because you're pregnant. That's the elephant in the room. Otherwise, you need to be sent to prison because you have done absolutely nothing. And the only thing you've given me is a bunch of excuses. That whole excuse about I don't have a phone, I don't have transportation, that's what walk-in is for. And when probation came to see you at your house, all you had to do was tell them, I'm having transportation issues. And you know what? Sometimes there are programs where they will give you a bus pass. So you're just doing a bunch of excuses. And I don't know why people think that they can just, pardon my language, lay around, have children with no visible means of supporting your child. You have zero financial means of supporting the child that you're about to bring into the world. And the child that you currently have in the world, you're not even taking care of that child. And this whole thing where you said CPS said you all were not feeding the baby, I guarantee you what they said, that your child had a failure to thrive. And that means that you're not interacting with the baby. That means that you're not feeding the baby. That's what you were not doing. And that's why Child Protective Services came in your life. It wasn't, oh, we didn't feed the baby. And when they came over, oh, the baby's asleep. That's why we're not feeding the baby. No, your child had a failure to thrive. And what I can tell you is when babies are born, feeding them, interacting with them on a daily basis, their brain is growing. They're taking care of anything. Who knows what harm you may have done your child by not feeding your child. And were you eating when you were on probation and not reporting? Oh, you're telling me you were not eating at all.
Food myself.
So if you were not eating during all this time period, they would have found your body. Obviously, you're currently alive and you've been eating, and you were eating while you were on probation. I am telling you, and I want you to hear me clearly. You're going to be placed on GPS. You understand? And you will not be removed from GPS until I say you're removed from GPS. And you are going to complete that family service plan. If that's what has happened on that case, I don't know. Do you understand? As a side note, here's some other advice for you. Do not bring more men into your children's lives or into this baby's life. You need to get your life in order. Do you understand? So I'm going to deny the motion. And I'm going to extend your probation. She was on probation for 8 years. I'm going to extend it for another year. And there's going to be partial GPS, waive fees. And the partial is she's allowed to work, complete the family-based services plan. And that plan may have expired because if she's saying it's been a year, it's over and done with. There is to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Oh, and I'm sorry, the partial GPS is for work, complete family-based services, and also for medical appointments. Now, will Alpha Home take her? Because honestly, I don't know if she has a drug problem or not. She's never reported.
Judge, we could add a TAP evaluation, have that done, just to kind of determine if she has any substance use issues.
All right. What drugs have you used in the past?
I used to take night medication, and I used to take anxiety medication. That was when I was 17.
I'm sorry, what?
I used to take anxiety medication when I was 17.
And what else have you taken?
I've taken
Here's the thing, you need to be 100% honest with me. I'm trying to give you conditions for you to be successful. And I'm telling you, if you want to have more children, that's completely up to you. But I'm going to be looking at the facts of this case if you come before me again. You understand? So what drugs have you used in the past?
anxiety medication when I was 17. That was it.
All right, TAP evaluation, and that'll be done in custody. And see if Alpha Home will accept her. She's going to need a place to stay. If we can't find a placement for her, just have her come back. And maybe you can look at that building, Brighter Communities. I think that's what it's called. Just one second. Let me see.
That's it.
All right. So if not accepted, then building Brighter Communities and probation. What else do you want?
Judge, if we could do ISP for increased provision once she's out of custody.
All right, ISP out of once released.
Oh, and did you want to add the weekly reporting and weekly UAs?
We'll do the UA hotline with testing once a week until further notice. And each time she's called in to do the hotline, she can come in and report. Is there anything else?
Not from the defense, Judge.
Anything else you need?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, we can go off the record. Why do they keep having them come over in dirty uniforms? It seems like the pregnant women always get dirty uniforms, and that's a dirty uniform. It's not a, stains won't come out.
So they're sanitized.
Oh, so they don't use water?
It's just sanitized, not wash.
All right. I mean, somebody get some bleach for colors or something. All right. Good luck to you.
Thanks, Judge.
And so, Lisa Telsey walks away with her freedom, but shackled by even stricter probationary terms and the heavy weight of the judge's words. She was saved from a multi-year prison sentence by the very fact of her second pregnancy, a pregnancy that to the judge symbolized her ultimate irresponsibility. The judge made a controversial call, prioritizing the stability of an unborn child over the punishment of a defendant who had exhausted all other chances. It's a ruling that sparks a difficult debate. Was this an act of profound mercy, or did it enable a dangerous cycle of behavior? Lisa has been given another final chance, but the odds feel stacked against her. What do you think of the judge's decision? Was it the right call? Let us know your verdict in the comments below and subscribe for more deep dives into courtroom drama.